I have an incredible one for you today, which I honestly didn't even believe myself when I received this from guidance. I was like, wait, what? This goes against everything that I believe. This goes against everything that I've even seen in my reality. And guidance said it's not because you've interpreted reality wrong. So, what is this? What is this big shift which your mind is so certain of, which is actually not true? Let's dive right in. I am so excited to share this with you because this I received in the meditation and it did make sense to me at first. I was like, okay, like it was such an aligned state, and I'm like, okay, I'm going with this and I'm writing this and I'm seeing what's being written. Well, at the same time, like this, what? No, like a part of me was resisting this. And what I'm sharing with you today is a key to manifestation, something that our ego jumps to disagree with, and mine absolutely did. I'm a doer, okay? I like to get things done. I believe in action. The works of Abraham, of Esther Hicks, kind of got me more in alignment with the fact that, okay, we don't need to take action, and actually, it'll be useless if we take action from the wrong place. I've seen this so much in my life, in the lives of my clients, in the lives of my friends. I've seen a lot of this. Like, they're doing all the right things. Why isn't it working, right? And the works of Abraham kind of helped me understand, it's like, oh, it's not heart inspired action. This makes sense. But then they pushed it further with, it doesn't take time, it takes alignment, it doesn't take action, it just takes alignment. And that didn't make sense to me. I was like, I mean, okay, I get that. You feel good and you're just inspired. And it's kind of one of those things that work feels like play. So you don't even see it as work, right? That kind of made sense to me on this point, at this stage. But I received something very different from my guidance, which just blew me away, which was inaction can absolutely manifest. And a lot of people say this, right? And I also used to, as much as I stand for frequency, for energy, I do point out in my videos, like, hey, that doesn't mean that you just sit on the couch and be like, ooh, I want $1 million, and it's just going to fall on your head. It's not, right? But here's what the guidance communicated to me. Inaction can, in fact, manifest. And I'm sure you've had moments in your life where you've had this, where you've done all the right things and you're like, I give up. I don't know. I can't do it. I don't know anymore. And then shortly after that, it just happens. And you're like, what the hell? Right? Why? And there's so much gratitude. There could have been gratitude in that moment. There could have been frustration in that moment. I know that I've had moments in my life when I had both. I know that I had moments in my life where I just surrendered to God and it happened. And my ego was so frustrated. Like I could be the observer of that voice. And it was like, what the hell is my purpose? Like, what am I here for? Like, just God swoops in and takes over and it all works out. But here I am for months trying to make it work and it doesn't. What am I here for? There was so much frustration and this understanding that nothing that is true goodness can come from the ego. Any great piece of work, of art, of music, any great invention, nothing came from the ego. Nothing came from the mind. It all came from God, from life source consciousness, from that inspiration, from consciousness. It did not come from the mind. And when we allow ourselves that to be followers of that energy, then life becomes easy. But here's the thing, going back to the guidance that I received, which seems so counterintuitive. Oh, so inaction actually manifests. How does that work? So you're saying if I'm just there sitting on my couch, things that I want are going to happen? Kind of. So the problem is similarly as when we have, action that comes from the wrong place just leads to burnout. You can do all the right things. If your energy comes from lack, if your energy comes from failure, you're not going to be able to manifest, right? And you're just going to have a lot of frustration, right? And it's the same the other way around. Inaction only does not lead to manifestation when it comes from a place of fear. When we're there, I'm just, you know what? I believe in energy and I believe in frequency and I just know that it will all work out somehow. And what is actually happening is that you are terrified to take the action step. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do with all of this? How do we apply this? The key to this, and this is what we do in Thrive in the membership, is keep learning to speak with your frequency. What you see in your physical reality is old news. It's something that has already been manifested. It's already done. You speak, you create with your energy, with your frequency, and this you can feel. I am certain that you have moments in your life, you've had moments in your life where something was so right on paper, and you're like, I don't know, no. I know that I had that in relationships, like it looks picture perfect and something's off. And similarly, the other way around, where something just felt right and everybody was like, are you crazy? Are you insane? This is not going to end well. This is not going to take you to where you want to go. And you're like, I don't know, I just feel it. That was the frequency. It was pulling you. That desire, that vision, whatever goal you have set for yourself, it was pulling you. And that's why it felt right. It felt in alignment, no matter how it looked in the physical reality. So learning to speak with your frequency, how do we do that? We keep tuning into ourselves. Again, this is why we have the calls in Thrive every single week, because you keep coming back to you. You have practices, you have things that maintain that connection. So you learn, you know how to speak with frequency. You feel when it's coming up, okay? And how do we do this? How do we do this long term? Understanding that you can take all the actions in the world. If your energy is not in alignment, if you feel lack, if there's any bit of, oh, what if I can't have it? Or, I mean, yeah, I trust life, but I gotta trust extra, like I gotta do this thing. Just make sure. If there's a just to make sure, that means you don't trust life, okay? And this is really important. Same with, you can actually manifest through an action. You can randomly, and I've had this happen. I know people that had this happen, just like they set an intention, they somehow ran into this person who has this very thing, and they know that very person that needs that thing that they need. It's like, how? People search for these opportunities for years, and it just like they came on your doorstep. Like, how did you do that? Because they were in alignment. So understanding this, in action, can manifest that which you want. It is all about frequency. And if you want your ego to be a little bit more understanding of this, because the ego doesn't like that. I was like, no, I got to do something. I was like, not really, because in the reality that you exist, like the ego, that linear reality, it doesn't actually do much. So if you want to get your ego a little bit more comfortable, looking at it as coming into the right frequency is action. Doing the things that light you up is action. Visualizing, dreaming into being, speaking with your frequency is action. And that is what creates your reality. And it's the beautiful balance, because honestly, you don't want to be in this place of everything coming to you. You don't. Think of it, I'm thinking of an artist, I was like, ooh, I'm drawing in this amazing way. And no, it's about, I had no idea how to do that. I wasn't born doing this. And oh my God, I learned these new skills, and now I can do that. And I learned how different colors go together. That's the thrill. That's for the ego. Like, ooh, I learned how to do this. I wasn't born with this. I learned how to do this. But what's really happening is that there's source acting in the background on your behalf, leading you to try this color, to try this technique. And that's what makes you the great artist. As an example, this can be applied to absolutely all the fields. It can be applied to relationships. I mean, I'm now learning, watching like parenting summits, learning how to be with the kids, like guidance is moving through me. And I keep saying that in regards to kids. I'm like, I'm here doing all the work, but I can't take any of the credit. God takes the credit. Because it's led by God. Source, consciousness, whatever word you want to use if God feels heavy. So what is your balance? And can you surrender more to inaction? And again, not the inaction of, okay, I'm just sitting on the couch because I believe it's all going to work out, because what it really means is I'm terrified of moving forward. Not this inaction of just getting so clear on what you want and know that, hey, I'm excited to take the actions that feel right to me. And I also know that it's about my alignment. I also know that it's about my frequency. So let me know below, where are you at with this? And hey, also voicing it, because I get it. If I heard this a few years ago, like I said, I even just got this guidance. My ego's like, no, hard inspired action maybe, but inaction, no. And really, the proof is there. Why does it just show up for some people? Opportunities that others are looking for, searching for years. Because of alignment. And so letting me know in the comments below and you're like, well, that doesn't work, or this is the resistance I've had when I face this. And then I can create more content in regards to this to support you guys. So I thank you for being here. Give it a like if this resonates. Share it with someone who you may just want to have this topic with. Like, hey, what do you think? Do you think inaction can actually manifest something? And noticing the ego's resistance to like, no, you got to do. Okay. So I thank you guys for being here. I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for learning to speak with your frequency. If you want to check out Thrive, the link is below in the description. And I am wishing you a very powerful day.